Oh, dismiss. I don't want to see you. I don't want to see that. Sign into chat. Yeah, open my chat up. I'm late, dude. I'm hecka late. I'm not just late. I'm hecka late. Hecka late. Hecka late. It's alright, though. Better late than never. Better late than never. Am I right? Am I right? I'm right. I'm totally. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Oh my goodness. I know! What's wrong with. Wait, what? Yeah, you guys haven't seen? Subaru straight up nixed it. They canceled the new STI. It was the first time in like 30 years that Subaru hasn't had an STI in their lineup for a model year. Absolutely wild. We'll get a. I'm trying to find the letter from Tom Dahl right now. Subaru, been having a crappy year. EV baby, let's go. EJ price is about to skyrocket. Canceled, but how? No more STI or electric STI. Yo, what's up? Late, you're right on time. Fox, I'm about a half hour late. I was putting the 4G63 together tonight over at the shop with Matt, so please forgive me for being a little bit late. Give us some details. No more STI. Let me pull this up right now. I want to find the letter from Tom Dahl and not just these articles. But essentially, Subaru's canceled plans for the forthcoming WRX Sti, citing the shift to electrification and the need to meet industry emissions and fuel economy regulations as reasons behind the decision. In a late Friday announcement, which is today, the automaker's brief statement mentioned the possibility that the future range-topping performance model could be electrified, but a next-generation internal combustion engine WRX Sti will not be in production. There will no longer be any internal combustion engine STIs again. They will not make another one, which is insane to me. Of course, it's a blow to the brand's fans who have been waiting years for the next gen version of their beloved rally-inspired compact. The previous version was introduced back in 2014 with the la. I know all about this, okay? I don't need to read that. I want that letter from Tom Dahl, Mr. Thomas Dahl. Subaru cancels new STI. Where's the letter? There's a letter floating around somewhere by Mr. Thomas Dahl, who is the CEO of Subaru. What if I just do Subaru CEO? If I just type in that one. Next generation, Niax. What does this one say? When was this article released? Today? That's August 4th, 2021. We don't want that one. Smedia! How do you feel about the STI being canceled? Dude, current STI price is about to go up even more, man. My STI is about to turn into Evo prices. Let me tell you that much. Price is going to skyrocket. Dude, I poop you not. I poop you not. Subaru canceled the new STI. Where's the... Can I find it under images? No, I can't. It's insane to me. 30 years. First time in 30 years. Next gen STI canceled. Where's the letter? I think I saw one on Instagram. I know I saw it on Instagram. I'm pretty sure Grimspeed posted a picture of it. What is this? Under Pressure Racing. Why did it take me here? Grimspeed. I'm pretty sure was it Grimspeed that posted a photo of it? Somebody posted a photo of it. That's not the photo that I saw. Where did I see it? It's going to drive me bonkers. New STI. Come on, Daddy-O. I want the letter from Tom Dahl. Let's try Facebook. What's on my Facebook feed? It's a BRZ. New STI canceled. We're going to find this. We're going to find this as a unit. Can we search Facebook? Why do you suck, Facebook? Thank you. Facebook sucks. Subaru has announced that the new 5th Gen WRX will not be available in STI, making the first time since 1944 the flagship grade to be In the shock announcement, the manufacturer said that STI division will instead focus on future performance technologies, working on projects such as its ERA concept, which was unveiled at the Tokyo Auto Salon, with the intention of lapping the Nuremberg in under 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Having made its debut in 1994, the GC8 WRX and STI name has become synonymous with Subaru's high-performance road cars, extending to its racing efforts across rally and circuit racing, which has aided the manufacturer to multiple championships across a variety of disciplines worldwide. Subaru Australia confirmed the new 5th Gen WRX, set to launch in the second quarter of the year, will only be able to adopt the STI name with the off-the-shelf performance parts. Lame. The prospect of what the Subaru Technica International engineering team can do with electrified electrified platforms ensures an exhilarating future for Subaru fans. I don't know about that. A global statement from the manufacturer hinted at the WRX Sti being revived in the future. So it doesn't actually say how long they're killing it off for. They're going to be killing it off for a while, but we don't know how long. Be able to swap STI for Supra. As the automotive marketplace continues to move towards electrification, Subaru is focused on how our future sports and performance cars should evolve to meet the needs of the changing marketplace and the regulations and requirements for greenhouse gases, zero emissions, and corporate average fuel economy, Subaru said. As part of the effort, Subaru Corporation is exploring opportunities for the next generation Subaru WRX Sti, including electrification. They use the word electrification a lot, Matt. Electrification. Dude, it's wild. The future of rally sport will be electric. Wait, why was it canceled? I'm trying to find the direct letter from Tom Dahl right now, but from all of the articles that I'm coming across, it seems to be that they have canceled the new... Wow, dude, it's already made its way to Naziok. It seems...
Stole Mel's chair.
You stole Mel's chair? Here, let me scoot over for you, man. You want to come in here? You want to come to the party zone, Matt?
Oh, this thing doesn't slide very well.
Yeah.
How do I, like... Ooh.
You have the message from Tom Dahl on your phone, right?
Yeah.
Can you pull that up? Can we read it aloud? Because I am not finding it anywhere online. I know I've seen it online. I just haven't come across it. All right. Here we go. The direct letter from Tom Dahl, who is the CEO, right? The president of...
And CEO of
Well, he
Subaru
gave himself
America.
both titles.
Yeah.
So this is directly from Subaru. Like, this is the Subaru... You guys can't even see it. It's a letter directly from Subaru of America. Dear retailer, as the automotive marketplace continues to move towards electrification, Subaru is focused on how our future sports and performance cars should evolve to meet the needs of the changing marketplace and regulations and requirements for greenhouse gases, zero emissions vehicles, and corporate average fuel economy. As part of the effort, Subaru Corporation is exploring opportunities for the next generation WRX Sti, including electrification. In the meantime, a next generation internal combustion engine WRX Sti will not be produced based upon the new WRX platform. We still have a strong presence with the all-new Subaru WRX and just launched Subaru BRZ. The Sti brand represents the zenith of Subaru performance vehicles, exemplifying Subaru's unique DNA and rally heritage. As we look to the future, we also look forward to incorporating the essence of Sti into our next generation of vehicles. Thomas J. Dahl, President and CEO of Subaru of America. They killed it. What if they don't bring it back? Like, first of all, Matt and I were talking about this earlier, and maybe they didn't want to proceed with the Sti based off of all the negative feedback from the WRX. It's a possibility.
There's that. There's current sales, the market being difficult.
Chip shortage.
Yeah, I mean, everything about producing a car and creating a new type
EPA
of car right now
fucking
is
cracked
difficult.
down everything. They've straight up...
But I mean, even from like 2 years ago when they were talking about this next Sti, electrification has been the talk for like forever.
Yeah.
I mean, they had the patents that were going out and everything for the hybrid drive, and with Japan.
But see, here's the
about
thing.
it.
We haven't seen any type of prototype for this new Sti aside from the
They don't have
ERA that is never going to be a production car. That will never be a production
And
car.
that looks way more like a electrified version of a BRZ on crack than an Sti.
Why did this just open in a new tab? Go right there. I just want to see a picture of it. Just pull up a picture of it. That's all I care about right now. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is a cool looking car.
It looks like a Bach Mono.
It's a really cool looking car that will never be a production car. Also, Jeff, appreciate the dono, dude. I'd rather have a rotary STI over an electric STI. Same. Honestly, I mean, hybrid, like performance hybrid and electric motors, not always a bad thing, but the fact that they directly said there will not be another internal combustion engine STI.
What was that?
That's
solely.
He didn't. It doesn't say solely.
If the new STI
It doesn't say
pure
solely.
electrified. Okay.
Does it say the word solely? That's a good looking car right there, though. I'm gonna make my BRZ look like this. Is that an option? We're gonna do it. Bro, I'd love a rotary STI. Same. STI is in hiding. Now they can make the BRZ STI. I was joking around earlier. I was like, Subaru of America finally came across my videos, and they just didn't want to compete.
A next generation internal combustion engine WRX Sti will not be produced based upon the new WRX platform. They don't say will not be produced, period.
So the STI, so this anticipated potential STI could just be on its entirely own platform. So now you have...
Which is what they've...
But see, here's the thing I don't like about that. What I've always liked about WRXs and STIs is that they've shared the Impreza platform. You have Impreza, WRX, STI, which makes part interchangeability among them very nice. Now they have the Impreza on its own platform. I know.
Yeah.
But the WRX and the STI were still on their own platform, and you could still cross-reference some parts from a BRZ over there if you wanted to. Now the Impreza, the WRX, the STI supposedly, and the BRZ are all on their own platforms now. Mm-hmm. Which the BRZ and the FRS have always been on their own platforms. Let's get that out of the way right now. But it's just, I feel like Subaru is going so far away from what like created the WRX STI platform at this point.
Yeah.
Which I'm not saying that the new STI may be an entirely bad thing. Like, we don't know. Like, I don't even know if they're going to...
I wanna take this moment just to say, can we just get the Lavorg?
Just give us the Lavorg. If you're not going to give us the STI, give us a Lavorg. Give us a wagon.
I gotta always say it. Give me the wagon, Jeff.
Enough Bondo, and you can make the BRZ look however you want. That's true. We can make the BRZ look like that.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. 6-cylinder STI would be cool.
They won't.
They'll never do it. They would never.
They've already stepped away from the 6-cylinder, and they're not.
They've stepped away from internal combustion engine.
Yeah.
Entirely.
Well, and it's got to be in large favor the huge influence from Toyota.
Yeah.
So I mean,
how much
they do have that opportunity. Like I was saying, if you look at Toyota Motorsports, their hybrid drive technology actually kicks ass.
Toyota owns only 20% of Subaru.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a fifth. They still have enough say in ownership where they can be like, hey, let's go this route, or they have enough sway to be able to persuade things a little bit more.
I wouldn't say they're really swaying. It's more so like, here's our resources, do with it what you will. You know the future's coming. You know you're at some point going to be expected to do something because the world's changing.
Yeah.
So here's our technology. If you want to use it, go ahead.
You know, I will say it doesn't look as bad as I thought it looked like a month ago. I still don't like it, but it doesn't look...
Show from the back.
Nearly. It's whatever photos are in here, man. There you go. There's another photo from the front.
I've never hated it from the front.
External combustion engine. I like this idea. That's called
Chernobyl tech.
Those are called bombs. those are dangerous. I'm gonna keep my 15 STI until it does reach 50K. Honestly, probably not too crazy of an idea right now. Yeah. With the used car market, the new car market. Why am I getting an ad for Copart right here? Jeez. That's cool and all, but did you know you can save 15% by switching to electric? Rip Subaru. Dude, it blows my noodle, man. It blows my noodle to think, like you and I were talking about this earlier, it'll be, the first time in 30 years that Subaru hasn't had an STI for a model year. And we don't even know how many model years that they're not going to have the STI.
Yeah.
Like, the new STI couldn't come out for 5 years, really. Because if you look at how Subaru does generational platforms... Yeah, it's normally a 5-year generation. So what, are we going to be stuck with just a WRX for the next 5 years in this generation? Sure, we may get a facelift.
Well, then it could be brand differentiation that they're trying to do as well. I mean, obviously the tech and everything is not quite there.
Yeah.
For what they want it to do. They had that whole article in Japan talking up that we're going to see 400 out of the next STI.
I straight up said.
And it was like so many people talk that up. The biggest issue is media messes everything
They screw
up.
It all
Every
up.
aspect of everything. Because with everyone saying, oh, it's going to be 400 and like 50,000 different articles.
Well, here's the thing. We're media, but we say the opposite. We're more realistic with it. Like, everybody has said, the new STI is going to be 400 horsepower. This article in Japan said so. And then you've got, like you said, every other automotive media outlet on the face of the internet saying the same thing. And then what does Subaru do? Cancel.
Yeah, because it's like, now if we release something that's not that...
everyone's going to be disappointed, not going to buy it.
And we can already see from all of the surveying we've done, you're already disappointed in this blue thing.
Also, Ravenchild, appreciate the dono, dude. The value of my STI hats just went through the roof. Dude, give it time. Probably will.
Yeah.
But it's true. I guarantee you if I go here and I say, new STI, how much horsepower? There's going to be... I just totally spelled that wrong. We'll say, 2022? STI, I guarantee you.
Subaru STI could get 400 horsepower.
Right there, the first one that comes up.
AMG inspiration.
We said this months ago when these articles started going around that Subaru wasn't going to. There's no way that Subaru can warranty
that's
it.
a true statement. They benchmarked Mercedes AMG's 4-cylinder.
But what is the price of that AMG compared to an STI?
I guarantee it's not going to be much different
Guarantee,
in
yeah,
the future.
Guarantee. Also,
especially if it's half electrified or full electrified.
Oh my gosh, Roberto, appreciate the dono, dude. Tanner, hear me out. Mitsubishi ended production on the Evo so they can get an upper hand on the R&D of the new Evo versus the new electric STI. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Mitsubishi came out of the woodwork. They're like, boom,
they've been
electric
planning,
Evo.
They've been planning this.
They've
for
been
10
waiting
years.
for this exact moment for Subaru to cancel the STI.
Man, that would be messed up.
That would be funny though.
They drop it first.
Yeah, I know, right? Also, speaking of Evos, Matt and I built the engine for the Evo today, so you guys will get a video on that tomorrow. It's a good looking 4G. But anyways, yeah. Why did they cancel the STI? It's Subaru saying it's for a plethora of things. A, EPA.
And I wouldn't necessarily
B,
use the word canceled.
Well, it's not in production.
But they didn't.
What,
use the
on
word
hold?
Cancel. They're not saying that like it's not
true.
being made
Okay.
at all. They just said the current platform does not support what they need to do.
The current generation that they were planning to release has been canceled.
Yeah. And it could be that just the plans for what they have in store for the STI doesn't fit into that type of platform.
Yeah.
So you can't just shove electric motors into it and everything else.
Dude, every single article.
It's not going to fit on there.
Every single
it's
article.
All 400.
Every single one. 400 horsepower, 400 horsepower. And this is the problem. This is literally one of the problems because everyone straight up overhypes these. Subaru obviously sees these. They have an R&D team, a marketing team, people that go across all these articles and read them all. They like Matt said, they survey people. And then when they're like, well, we can't meet customer expectation or customer demand or what customers want, it's not going to sell. They're not going to do it.
Like that. Cars is always a gamble.
Yeah. And
so,
like for any company, like with the exception of like Lamborghini, Ferrari, McLaren, Koenigsegg, they're only small batch companies that only do performance cars. But people like Subaru, Toyota, Mazda, all of the Ford, all their bread and butter. Well, Ford is trucks, but the rest of them are all econo cars.
Yeah.
Commuter cars. They're making something that people drive point A to point B. So the sports car lineup, it's a small percentage of their sales in the grand scheme of things. So even if Subaru was like, we're just not going to bring it back, I don't think they'd see much hurt.
And I know their other issue is Subaru as a brand. A huge part of their brand image is safety.
Magyar, appreciate the dono, dude. Who wants to buy my 21 STI starting at $60K? No low balls. I know what I got. Canceled for now. Maybe it'll be back in a hiatus. See, that's my thing, though, is when. Because they also didn't state in that letter of any anticipated timeline now.
Yeah.
Anything.
So this essentially is
link to current article. This is one of the current articles out here. We couldn't find the exact letter from Tom Dahl. We had it on our phones, but I couldn't find it online earlier. But if you just go on Facebook, you type in like canceled STI or something. I couldn't find it on mine. I searched around for it. Now I'm on Marketplace. There's this one right here. Goodbye STI. Nameplate won't return on the new WRX. Oh, I can just go posts. Can I just filter and find the letter? Hey, that's when I bought my STI, my Hawkeye. I mean, here's one of them. I think the same one that I was on earlier. Also, Aaron, appreciate the dono, dude. Tanner, I need your help. I'm stuck with a code P0011 and P0021. I've replaced everything. OCS, OCVs, AVCS. Oil pump, all new block built to your specs. If you're having AVCS codes, go on your access port, pull up the AVCS values, both left and right, monitor those. Whatever side is completely off from the other side, like you'll see one side's completely wonky, start diagnosing there. It could be mechanical timing, could be off on it as well. I'll double check that real quick. Also, Matthew, appreciate the dono. This broke my heart when Subaru stopped the STI. I hope to see you at Wicked Big Meat in Connecticut, brother. And technical question, how do I wire the harness with a rotated kit on a V8 chassis? All you got to do is just tuck it down and towards the firewall. Just keep the harness away from the turbo. That's the biggest thing you're going to be fighting there with the rotated setup. As for Wicked Big Meat, with the current gas prices, unfortunately, that's just not going to happen for us this year. Unless gas significantly drops, I don't see it happening this year, unfortunately. I will be at SubiFest in California, and I already have my ticket for Big Northwest if you guys are local up here. But yeah, this is one of the current articles that's going around right now. Like I said, there is a letter from the president and CEO of Subaru of America. We read it earlier off of the phone. I can read it again here in a little bit if you guys want. But like I said, Subaru has announced the new 5th generation WRX will not be available in the STI. What is this word?
Guys.
Marking the first time since 1994 the flagship grade to be absent from the model's lineup, which is really weird. That's just weird to think about. Like, nobody will have... Like, that's a good-looking STI right there, but then again, I got one of those out in the garage. Well, not this exact one, but you know what I mean. Also, Victor, appreciate the dono. Should I hold on to my Blaubai STI? Hold it for like 5 years. I guarantee you that price is going to be through the roof. Guarantee it on Blaubais. GDs in general. I'm just going to say GDs in general. Bug Eyes, Blaubais, Hawkeyes,
so
Hatches.
They're already going up a lot.
Hatches also. Like, my Blaubai sold... Granted, my Blaubai was fully built. Mine sold for about, what, $33,000? For a car that's almost 25 years old with over 120,000 miles on it. But then again, like I said, that one was fully built. People also say mods don't add value. Ha! Disagree. Ha!
If you have a clean one, I mean,
yeah, if you have a clean one. But yeah, it's wild. Like, it would be really cool if they did this. If Subaru ever did produce this as a production car, I guarantee you that thing would be like $200K.
Oh, guaranteed.
$200,000. STI ERA
I still
concept.
don't understand the half-open wheel.
Subi stonks. The half-open wheel. What, this?
No, like...
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That is kind of cool up there.
It's a half-open wheel design.
That'd be really neat. I don't know, maybe Subaru's like cooking up something wild and they just need more time to work on it. So they're going to put it off for 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
But hey, now the question won't come up, should you guys wait for the new STI? No, just go get a current one because you can't get a new one. Also, Matthew, appreciate the dono, dude. And also, what are the ARP head studs for an RA block? Also, what are they? Just normal Subaru ARP head studs. You can either get half-inch ARP 2000s. If you do half-inch, you're obviously going to have the thousands. If you do half-inch, you're obviously going to have the block machined up and the heads machined up. But they're just ARP 2000s. You should be able to get them off of any website, really, for whatever you're looking for there. We just installed some ARP 2000s about an hour ago. Kind of sucked. Kind of sucked on an Evo.
Iron block's not fun.
I like my 15 STI, though, so I'm kind of mixed on the thought of selling it. Don't sell it then. Hold it. I love my VA. I love my VA
honestly,
chassis out there.
There's nothing wrong with holding a car.
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
All of my cars are from the mid-2000s. Trust me, there's nothing wrong with holding a car.
One of mine is from the mid-2000s. The other two from, like, recent. Subaru should just do a final edition EJ25 so the US. I mean, they kind of did. It wasn't called a final edition, though. Like, they did a final edition in the UK when they... I'm pretty sure they completely cut the STI sales in the UK.
You don't have a way to order an STI now.
No, you can't.
There isn't one for this model year, and you can't.
Which, here's the thing. Since they're bringing out the new WRX, they canceled the STI. You know what's going to happen with a lot of OEM Plus parts? They're going to start disappearing.
Yeah.
So if you have been eyeballing any OEM Plus Subaru parts for, like, VA chassis, snag them soon. Like, straight up snag them soon. Also, David, appreciate the dono, dude. The STI ERA car is a test bed for hybrid E version of the STI. Will start at Tokyo Auto Show. It's a new electric GT racing that starts in 2023. It'll be interesting to see how it does.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're going to use some of the equipment from the ERA. I don't even know if I know they're going to use some equipment from this car to production model.
Now that car is fully electric.
Yeah, this car is 100% electric. But should it really have an STI badge if it's fully electric?
If it's engineered by STI.
True.
STI is a company at this point rather than a...
Also, Bucky, appreciate the dono, man. With no STI now, imagine what this means for the aftermarket parts game. Someone is going to fill this void. I mean, they're going to come out with parts for the FA24 for the WRX, but I think that's about the extent of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks with WRX sales. Like, here's the other thing I'm a little bit worried about. What if this doesn't sell well at all? What is Subaru going to do? Like, what if this car completely tanks?
Well, I mean, in the end, STI is still a brand, and their entire thing is performance.
Yeah.
So it's not like that company would just be like, well, I guess we'll just leave now.
If Subaru ever got to the point where they're like, yeah, we're killing off STI, that's when you know, nope.
Yeah.
They're done. They're done at that point. I don't think Subaru would ever kill off STI, though. Because without STI, what do they have? An Outback?
Yeah.
An Ascent? Impreza? And a Forester? Am I missing any?
A Legacy?
The Solterra. There's that one also, which I'm curious to see how much of the Solterra trickles down into the new STI. Or what, I don't know. I'm curious. Like, my big thing is, what if this doesn't sell well? What if it sells absolutely horrible? They nixed the STI for right now. What happens with this? Do they nix this next if people aren't buying it? Because as you and I talked about earlier, this isn't their sales.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is like a car they do for enthusiasts at this point. They don't do WRC anymore.
Yeah.
They don't, like, Subaru doesn't really have a need to make these cars anymore, aside from just enthusiasts wanting them.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, I'm curious. They are hoping it tanks. Honestly, in the back of my mind, I could kind of see that where Subaru hopes that the new WRX tanks. So that way a part of them could be like, well, this WRX didn't kill well, let's kill it off. Like, in the back of my mind, I could see Subaru doing that. Because then it gives them a reason.
But I don't think they want to do that. I mean, they talk this car up a lot. They're proud of it, even though to a lot of people,
are they proud of
don't
it?
like it. Dude, if you saw all the stuff, all the articles and everything that they keep releasing to us on, like...
Well,
hey,
I feel like they're also doing that to help promote sales on it.
no, I'm sure.
I commented here in your channel that the STI will be discontinued. Well, it's not 100% discontinued. Keep that in mind. It's just gone for
They're
an
just
unknown
saying
period of
the
time.
current platform doesn't work for what they're trying to do with it.
Also, Matthew, appreciate the dono, man. What intake manifold would you recommend for Corsa I can't even pronounce that.
Veloce.
Or AMS, or should Cerakote and wrap my ETS rotated kit? Cerakote, the ETS rotated kit. Honestly, we can touch the exhaust on the STI pretty much when it, like, right after we turn it off when it's done running, and it doesn't feel hot. As for intake manifold, that really depends on what your budget is and how much, like, power you want, the route you want to go. Personally, I prefer AMS over Process West, because Process West is like $1,000 more than AMS, and AMS works fantastic.
Corsa Veloce is going to be right around the same price.
It's pretty much a Process West.
A lot of people use
Long
Process
runners.
West for, like, drag builds.
That's true.
Do they flow better? I think the plenum design and everything's a little better up top. AMS is nice being a long runner, and it's like half the price. So
there you go. I like AMS. And I'm actually close to ordering a 2022 WRX, hoping to in the next week or two. I like the new one a lot, but that's just me, I guess. I mean, I've seen...
There's a lot of...
There are people out there that
nice.
like them. Personally, I don't like it. Here's the thing. If it was an all redesigned car, which it's an all redesigned car, it looks like a V8 chassis with a facelift and some plastic fenders. Let's be real here.
For the most part. I mean, the back half of the car is... I would say drastically different.
Would you rather have this or a V8 chassis?
I don't know. I haven't driven that yet, so I don't know.
Purely,
to me,
purely based
I
off
only
looks.
look at-
Purely based off looks.
Well, if I look at the back half of that car, I don't like it.
So
It'd be a
VA.
But I mean, it may grow a little bit. They may do a redesign to the rear. I mean, it's not a bad looking car.
I don't think it's a terrible
It's not a bad looking
car.
car. I think the fenders. I mean, we've touched on this so many times.
We've gone through this.
The fenders they shouldn't have done, knowing what everybody does with these cars. Granted, I'm sure, and there already are people working on.
There's
ways
already
to
aftermarket
change
ones.
that.
Yeah, there's already aftermarket.
Paint match it, and like I said, you with that likely being held on by clips and things, could probably get more aggressive.
How screwed would it be if
pieces
they...
to take off and just slap on and make easy.
That's true. Also, Tristan, appreciate the dono, dude. Here's some money for a gallon of gas. Hey, that's almost a gallon of gas, but I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. How fooked would it be if Subaru made that so those weren't plastic clips in there and they were permanently installed so you couldn't take them off?
Like it's just painted?
Yeah.
And they just stopped painting at one point?
Yeah, kind of like what they do on like the Crosstrack rear bumper, where they just leave part of it unpainted.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that would be so upsetting.
That would suck.
I'd be upset. I regret selling my O2 bug eye. Honestly, same. I miss my old bug eye. My bug eye was awesome. Looks like a lowered Crosstrack. I don't know, it's wild. For those of you that are just swinging in, because I know some people were asking, the main reason why Subaru is nixing the new STI right now, technology isn't where they want. They want the new STI to be, for the most part, purely electric. They did state that they're trying to get, for the most part, away from internal combustion engines at this point. So, it's gone. We say, do we have a moment of silence for it? Nah, we don't need
At
one.
least for now.
Oh, here's that enough, Tristan. Appreciate the dono, dude. You didn't have to give another $2. Thanks, dude. I appreciate the dono, man. It's wild. Do you have that? Can you pull that Tom Dahl thing back up? I'll read that again for the people just swinging in.
Yeah.
So we'll go over the letter from Subaru of America, and I'll actually share that with you guys again. I'm just going to leave this picture up. I'm going to make you guys look at the new WRX. You're going to look at it until you like it.
I'll save this so that if I ever can't find it again. I'm actually questioning the... I should have this on SubaruNet that I'm able to see because apparently it's to retailers.
I mean, you probably do.
Because pulling that up, that looks weird.
It's probably just how it was.
I mean, that is his signature. But, yeah.
So I'll read. This is directly from Subaru of America. 100% from Subaru of America here. So as the automotive marketplace continues to move towards electrification, Subaru is focused on how our future sports and performance cars should evolve to meet the needs of the changing marketplace and the regulations and requirements for greenhouse gases, zero emissions vehicles, and corporate average fuel economy. Greenhouse gases. How much does the current WRX... If the current WRX meets those standards, I don't see why they couldn't do it with the STI also. Unless putting a slightly larger turbo.
I think it's because
and
of the
Baker!
turbo.
Appreciate the dono, my friend. See you in the fall. Let me know when you're coming up, man. You got my phone number?
So as a whole, as a company, you have to be below a certain amount.
So for all of your cars together?
Yeah. It's a combined greenhouse gas score.
So it's not per car.
Correct.
So if they just kill off the Impreza, and they could make the STI.
Well, then it would actually lower it.
I know, I'm joking. So, I mean, that's interesting. So, as part of that effort, Subaru Corporation is exploring opportunities for the next generation Subaru WRX Sti. So, just based off of that sentence, it says including electrification. Just based off that sentence, though, it doesn't sound like they have anything concrete yet.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if they don't have anything concrete yet, because it says they're exploring options for the new STI, and if they're exploring options for the new STI, that means they don't have anything set in stone, which means they don't have anything in works. Which means to see a new STI, we're probably looking at 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Realistically speaking. In the meantime, a next generation internal combustion engine WRX Sti will not be produced based upon the new WRX platform. So we will have a strong presence with the all-new Subaru WRX and just launched Subaru BRZ. A next generation internal combustion engine WRX Sti will not be produced.
On the current WRX
Oh, it says
platform.
based on the current WRX platform.
Yeah.
Also, David, appreciate the dono, man. Toss it out the Discord. If you guys want to jump in the Discord, go jump in the Discord. It's an awesome place. Also, Tristan, $4 more in case you want race gas. Hey, appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Matthew, if you were to build an engine for 700 wheel horsepower, what internals would you use for that build? Go check out the Karma videos. I would use the exact same internals that I used on Karma. The mainly H-Tough Plus rods, CP pistons, OEM crank, whatever bearings fit your needs, and then build your heads to whatever suits your power goals. I would just cut, copy, and paste the stuff off of Karma because that engine is fantastically built. We were actually talking poop about it earlier, but it's a good engine. And then furthermore, the STI brand represents the Zenith. The Zenith. I feel like that was Tom Dahl's word of the day. And he was like, I have to word...
They use Zenith a lot.
Really? Is it Zenith or Zenith? Zenith?
I'm pretty sure it's Zenith.
I don't know.
The BRZ is the
Zenith car?
something Zenith.
I don't understand. So, the STI brand represents the zenith of Subaru's performance vehicles, exemplifying Subaru's unique DNA and rally heritage. I find that funny because they don't rally anymore, and they're not rally cars from the factory, and I'll fight anyone in the comments who tells me that a factory STI is a rally car. It's not true. As we look at the future, we also look forward to incorporating the essence of STI into our next generation vehicles. That's another thing that bothers me, is that they're pushing... And I understand that STI is Subaru Technica International, and it's more of, like you said, a company where they're putting these parts onto cars. But it kind of irks me that they're just throwing the STI name now at everything. Literally everything. STI Forester parts, STI Crosstrack parts, STR BRZ parts. Matt is correct. It is Zenith. Zenith. I don't know. For some reason, that kind of bugs me. It also bugs me that they killed off SPT, Subaru Performance Tuning, to make Subaru Performance Transmission. It's a CVT Subaru. You're not tricking anyone. with your SPT. Bring back the real SPT. So it's going to be on an all-new platform, yes. And by the sounds of it from that email, it doesn't sound like we're going to see a new STI. If I'm being like totally realistic here and estimating based off of what the email says, it doesn't sound like they have even anything in the works, really. I know there's a couple patents going through for some electric motors between Subaru and Toyota, but based off of what we read, it sounds like they still might be like 4 to 5 years out of actually having a car to even bring to like the Tokyo Auto Show to unveil to people. Also, Ravenchild, appreciate the dono, man. As much as I love my launch, it has nothing on an electric car. The center of gravity is lower as well. See, there's nothing wrong with that. I like my ice cars. Ice, baby. I don't know. I'm curious. STI and Evo rip. Best friends gone. Glad I got both of them. The Evo should get its engine here soon. I built myself a Karma, but in a Bug-Eye. Ooh, very nice. Did you hear Garrett got sponsored by Pfizer? What? The turbo company? I don't know how much I believe that one. Fun fact, there's a little piece next to Des Moines in Normandy Park called Zenith. XE is Z, right? That's a Z. Grammar and pronunciation is literally my worst category. Hiya! New cancel. Cancel STI. Paul, that's very difficult to read. Plumber, very sad to see it go. By the sound of it, it's only temporary, my man. It sounds like that Subaru will bring it back in the next, like I said, like maybe 5 years. Until then, we at least have the new WRX. I am curious to see what the WRX will do. And by the sound of it, this will probably be, this WRX right here and the new BRZ will probably be Subaru's last internal combustion cars. That's probably the letter, isn't it? Yeah, it's the same letter.
So it's verified, yeah.
Yeah, it's verified 100%.
That's real.
So this and the BRZ are probably Subaru's last internal combustion engine sports cars. I guarantee it. After this WRX disappears and after the new BRZ is gone, I guarantee you no more ICE engines from Subaru. ICE. Just got my 2019 STI World Rally Blue and Gold wheels. Total dream car. Glad I got it before they ruined it. Honestly, I suspect that STI prices will start to go up even more than they already have, which is insane to me. I was really excited to see a 350 horsepower STI. Too bad. I genuinely think that Subaru could have done a 350 horsepower ICE STI with a warranty. I don't know. Here's my thing. Why not just shoot for a... Oh, I know why they didn't want to shoot for the lower expectation, because everybody already hyped it up. They already hyped it all up, so if they were anything less than that...
You just couldn't.
Yeah, everyone would be upset about it. Swap STI for RA going forward. Ooh. Moontown Garage. That's a fun name, Moontown. Moontown Garage. Appreciate the dono, my friend. My 07 STI is stock. I want to make at least 500 wheel. I would like to go rotated. What block and turbo setup do you recommend? 500 wheel... Honestly, forged internal, semi-closed deck would get you there. 500, I would honestly probably stay stock location, do an FP Black. It'll be a lot more streetable, it'll be a lot more responsive, and in my opinion, it'll be a lot more fun. If you do want to go rotated, a 60-62 will get you there, no problem. Same with a 58-58. Also, Victor, appreciate the dono, man. I bought myself an STI at 18 for 100,000 miles. Sad to see a lot of people my age won't be able to get an enthusiast car due to the imploding market. It's literally going to implode on itself.
Yeah.
I guarantee you in the next 3 months, we can see STI prices probably jump 15 to 20%. That's my guess. So, I don't even know. It's wild to see the cost of STI. Actually, let's pull up some used STI prices real quick. I owe 4K on my VA WRX. Should I trade it in for an STI? Honestly, that's actually a good question. If you have a WRX and you want an STI and you're highly contemplating it, the next 2 to 3 weeks will probably be your best time in the foreseeable future to get an STI. Like, how much are STI selling for right now? We'll say, what, 2018 STI? Sauce. Subaru STI for sale. What is the... They're all... 48,000 miles for $37,000. Is this a base? I think it's a base also. It's a base. Because the limited full leather seats. A base STI with damn near 50,000 miles is already $37,000 before tax, title, license.
Hey, that bad boy got a 4 out of 5 reliability rating though.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. It's because it's a 2018. It's got an RA block. No, that's 2019 that got the RA block. Sorry. It's wild. So already $37,000 for one with 50,000 miles on it. That is absurd.
What do we got for like resells of this current year?
For what, 2021?
Yeah.
2021
you can't
Subaru
order them
Sti.
now, so.
$44,000 used.
Woo!
Used for a base.
16,000 miles.
It's a base. I guarantee you. So people are going to start wanting STIs more and more and more.
Didn't after taxes and everything, that's a $50,000 car.
Yes.
Oh
After
my God.
tax, title, license, you're
Already
looking
right
at
now.
$50,000 for a base STI. That's used.
Yeah.
That is used. I remember when you know how much I bought my 07 STI for a couple years ago when I was in the Army, when I was still down in Louisiana? 2007 STI, 80,000 miles, brand new short block from Subaru. I paid $14,000 for it. $14,000.
I've never seen that.
$14K.
I've never seen that here.
This is just insane to me.
But I mean, Washington and Oregon's kind of like Subaru country, so we've always had higher prices.
75.
What the?
It's an S209. I think it's an S209. I swear, if this is anything but an
Okay.
it's an S209. That's
Still
acceptable.
bad.
That's still
Still bad.
expensive. But like, sheesh. Let's look at non-S209s. What is the 46? 48,000. That's the highest I've seen so far. 48,000 for a 2020. Is this a limited at least? Limited. Okay, at least a limited. 1,000 miles. Why? Who sells a car after 1,000 miles? Like, don't answer that.
Probably sold it because they were like, yo, I can get almost 50 grand for this car that I just paid 38,000 for. So
I do like the Recaro seats in there. Man, I feel like I need to go buy another STI, man.
another.
Another one. Another one.
Another.
I got an Evo. Who wants to trade for an STI? Ha! Psych. Kidding. Riker, also appreciate the dono, my friend. I'm building my WRX as much as I can. Bagged is my next step. Nice. Very nice. Bags are nice. I like bags. Bro, I got my 21 STI limited for 41K new. Exact 43K, not 41. Well, still. STI is canceled. Yes. For, I'm guessing 4 to 5 years until like they actually figure out what they're going to do with it.
Yeah.
What's the cheapest 2021 STI? That's a
There's
2017.
17 for 28.
17. I wonder how much my 17 would sell for. I'm not selling my 17. Don't even ask about it. If anybody wants to buy my STI, $200,000, come get it. 33,000, 38,000 for 2020 limited, 15K miles. 41,000. It's absurd. I guarantee you this price is going to go up 15 to 20%. Just based off of Subaru canceling the new STI. It hurts my mind. It hurts my brain. It hurts my little brain. Can Subarus run on French fry oil? Probably wouldn't recommend that. You'd probably be better off with ranch dressing, to be honest. Don't do that either. Please don't do that.
It smelled bad though.
Picked up an '08 Spec B last year. Thought I paid too much back then for it. Dude, it's insane how much Subaru... Actually, they have charts. STI price increase over the years. I think I need to specify Subaru at the beginning of this.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, probably. Time to buy WRX STI. I know they have a graph somewhere. Oh, that looked good. I want those wheels. What is this? Other than the Mitsubishi with the Evo, no other manufacturer offers a 300 horsepower sports car sedan with safety ratings for under 35K. That's not what I care about. I know they got graphs. They got graphs that show all the price increases, and I'm very curious to see what it looks like. Hey, that's not what I thought it was.
That's a cross trick.
That's a cross track right there. Where is the graph? Price increase over the year. Do I have to type in graph? Graph. I just had to specify graph. So, this is only up to 2014 Imprezas, though. What is this? What is the purple line? Purple line is just index price. I don't believe these prices. I actually don't believe these because they're way higher than they actually are.
Why is that? What?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. No, these are all.
I don't believe that. If I go on Google right now, I type in 2014 WRX STI for sale. 2014 Subaru WRX STI for sale. A 2014. A 2014. That's a hatch, though. But 83,000 miles for $34,000. I guess, I mean, what are used car places going to say? Go to the dealer and buy a new one? Real funny. Real funny. Paid $9K out the door for a 2004 WRX 60K miles. That's steals right there. My 12 STI hatch was 79,000 miles. Got it with 55K back in 18. WTF Subaru just did the... Well, here's the thing. The STI... Oh, I lost the article. From what we're finding, the STI is not gone forever. Forever. Actually, you know what I'm curious? Mitsubishi announces Evo kill-off. What did Mitsubishi say? Did they say the Evo was going to come back, or did they just say that they're done? Mitsubishi kicked off the Lancer Evolution back in 20... Even though it was one of the best value sports cars. What did they say?
Are they planning on resurrecting?
I don't care if they're planning on resurrecting. I want to know what they said when they announced that they were going to kill it off. Because what if... No, Subaru wouldn't do a Mitsubishi.
They don't have any plans to... That was it right there.
It was? Right here?
Yeah, Mitsubishi Motors does not have any plans to design a successor with the current
concept. At least Subaru has said that they still plan on making an STI again at some point. We just don't know when. And it would be nice if they would have at least put a timeline out for when we could expect
Go back.
To what?
Go back.
This?
They're gonna do it. No, go back to what you were just on.
I just closed the tab.
God dang it.
What was it?
You missed that last line.
What was it?
They said back when they canceled it that they had plans to look into electrification.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
You actually?
Pull it back up. I'm not kidding.
This article?
Yep. Look at the last line.
We'll explore the possibilities of high-performance models that incorporate electric vehicle technology. Where is it?
Planning it.
Where is it?
They wanted this day.
Mitsubishi's been waiting for this. When was this article posted? 2014.
They probably have the perfect car.
They said
already,
this in 2014.
And they waited this entire time, and they're about to just slam it down.
Wait a minute. This is pretty much exactly what Subaru said, without the exception of they do not have any plans for the successor. They said they will explore the possibilities of high-performance models that incorporate electric vehicle technology. The only difference is Subaru said electrification. So does that mean that Subaru's going to pull a Mitsubishi? Probably not. But I wouldn't be surprised if Mitsubishi...
What if this happens and Mitsubishi just drops an Evo and they're like, guess what, dude? Already had it.
That would actually blow my mind. If Mitsubishi came out and they were keeping it completely under wraps, and then they drop an all-electric Evo after Subaru announces that they're not doing the STI.
Right now would be the perfect time for Mitsubishi to reintroduce the Evo.
If anybody
it has no competition
in the chat works at Mitsubishi, this is your opportunity to take the idea, go to your CEO.
Yeah.
This is how you get promoted if you work at Mitsubishi. You come back, you'd be like, hey, we said this in 2014. Subaru just announced that they're not doing the STI right now. Boom. Roberto, appreciate the dono. I told you he did say that. STI gone forever, telling you, bro. Honestly, a part of me wouldn't be surprised if Subaru was like, how much does a Tesla cost brand new? Just out of curiosity.
You can get a Model 3 for like 40.
Tesla. I don't care about stock. A Model 3?
That's their cheapest.
This is Tesla's. All right, Tesla Model 3. How much does it cost for a base Model 3? Order now. I don't want to buy one. Please don't make me commit to this.
Immediately order one.
The cheapest Tesla Model 3, $40,000, and it's not fast. I mean, it's quick.
And it's not
fast. So here's my thing. If Subaru does decide to pursue this all-electric technology, what is that going to put this new STI at, price-wise? It's going to fall into a price bracket, and that is if they follow through with this, it's going to put it into a price bracket.
Can you click that performance one? I want to see this.
This one? Yeah, there you go.
All right, let's order it.
This?
You talked me into it.
You sell the Neon, I'll sell
my little card.
You sell the Neon, I'll sell the Evo, and then we'll go halvesies on this.
Did I tell you about the time that I had to drive a Model 3?
Yeah, you told me about that. With
And
the
I had
card
no
thing.
idea how the
Yeah.
hell to start it.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are confusing cars. If you guys have one, congratulations. Your brain works better than mine.
But this is my thing. If you're looking at like a performance model, we'll just take this is their performance model. When Subaru pushes this electric technology, electric isn't cheap.
Mm-hmm.
You have batteries that cost a lot. You have motors that cost a lot. You have a lot of electronics in the car. And also, Washer Nerd, appreciate the dono, my friend. Just found a 2009 WRX hatch, 100k miles, completely stock. Good or bad idea? Bad idea, only because it's a 2009. I'm not a huge fan of narrow bodies. I'd say look a little bit farther. If anybody in the chat has a narrow body, I'm sorry. They don't touch the right sweet spot for me. There's nothing wrong with narrow bodies though. I would say try to find a different one. Now here's my thing though. Yes, you have very expensive batteries, very expensive electric motors. It's going to drive the entry price up for the STI into territory that's going to fall into other competitor cars. Which is going...
How does the media never completely ignore what a lithium mine looks like?
I don't know. Lithium mines don't look
has nobody
pretty.
ever seen a lithium mine? It's like a giant... It's like a reverse volcano.
I don't even know how to spell
Earth.
lithium. How do I spell lithium?
H-I-U-M.
H-I-U-M. Like, lithium mines don't look good.
It's a reverse volcano.
It's a reverse volcano.
Into hell.
Into hell. But here's my thing. You make an all-electric car like this, right? What do people of the STI platform like? We like to modify cars. What are you gonna do? Congrats. You can do aesthetics. You can do suspension. What are you gonna do? Swap batteries?
Realistically, I mean, that's a...
But that's not this isn't the point. That's not the point of the STI. It's never been the point of like the STI, the Evo and whatnot. We like to modify cars. We don't, I don't know. I feel like it's starting to chip into like the enthusiast aspect where it's like, okay, cool. I just spent $60,000 on this all electric new STI. Mm-hmm. What am I going to modify to it? Oh, I'll put a tow hook on it.
I don't know about like,
I don't know. That's my thing.
Hybrid charged vehicles and how hard, like, if you modify the internal combustion engine,
put eyelashes on the headlights.
how I've actually seen one of those. How hard is it to tune that?
I don't know.
Oh god, I almost died. With a hybrid system behind it, like how?
Hold on, let me turn up the voltage. How tunable are EVs theoretically? We don't like. What can you do? Turn up the amperage?
I don't know.
I don't like electricity.
Well, I mean, there are people that like
overclock your car. It's kind of like a computer at that point.
Yeah.
But like, how much So let's say it is all electric. Let's say you are overclocking it. What big wing bolt-on wide body, that would actually look pretty good. If you are overclocking it, how much stress does that put on the batteries, and how much does that shorten the lifespan of the battery and the motors themselves?
And what kind of safety aspect?
Also
because you can overload a battery, and if you overload battery cells for like a Tesla, that shit's insane.
Can't they blow up?
That shit's insane when they off gas and like detonate.
But like here's the other thing though. Say you're overclocking and doing that. How much is a average battery replacement for a Tesla? Aren't they like $18,000?
They've got to be up there.
Because
the main battery cell.
For me, when it comes to cars like this, I like to take them apart. I like to tinker with them. I like to do my own thing.
Well, with that shit, you can't.
You can't.
Even hybrid cars, you can't.
You can't. There's so much.
I would not advise it at all. You have to have giant rubber gloves that are orange. Yeah. And all this shit, and don't touch a hybrid system.
Well, don't get me wrong. There's the one dude on YouTube. I forget his name, but he's the big Tesla guy. He V8 swapped to Tesla also. Rich Rebuilds, that's his name. Yeah. And he I personally don't like electricity. I don't like messing with electricity. I don't like getting shocked. It doesn't feel good.
You don't like electricity.
I don't like electricity.
Live by candlelight.
I live by candlelight. I just don't like getting shocked. I've been shocked too many times. The welder out in the garage shocks me every now and then, and it gives me a stern wake up. But it's like, I don't know. It's very off-putting to me because I'm like, I don't want to buy one because I can't do anything to it. Mm-hmm. It's just like... Also, Bucky, appreciate... Sorry, we were getting distracted. Bucky, appreciate the dono. Honest question. With this news, do I mod my 2019 STI or do I leave it unmolested and hope the value goes through the roof and sell for a nice profit? That's entirely up to you, dude. Like, if it was me, I'd continue to modify my car regardless of the market because like I said, for me, I like tinkering with the cars. I like taking them apart, building my own thing, doing my own thing, and going from there. Like, that's my take on it. Also, Tristan, appreciate the dono, man. Put a speaker exhaust on it. We could tune it to make it say whatever we want. Fox, car market is trying to move to a subscription model. Have you seen that? That shit straight up pisses me off. Have you even seen that?
Oh, where it's like you subscribe to the brand and they give you a new car.
Toyota was like, no, you buy your car from the manufacturer, and if you want to use your heated seats, that's a subscription that you have to pay extra for. You want keyless access, that's another subscription that you have to pay for.
That's already a thing with Subaru too.
What do you mean?
Newer Subaru, so Starlink. You pay a subscription, and Starlink on certain models, you have access to remote start through Starlink.
Okay, well, but
it's already got all those modules. But if you don't pay for it, you don't have remote start. You don't have.
But these are basic features that are already built into the car, like heated seats, things of that nature.
I don't know how the hell you would have a subscription for heated seats.
Well, here's my thing. They want to try to do a subscription base for cars. First of all, that shit pisses me off. If I'm buying the car and it already has the features, it's mine. Turn them on.
Yeah.
You're not going to turn them on? Cool. I'll buy a fucking Tatrix cable off of Amazon and turn them on myself. How are you going to stop us? Like, you can't. The whole subscription model for cars that manufacturers are doing is the worst idea I have ever seen.
It's what killed video games.
Yeah, it's DLC. You think I want DLC for my car? No.
I mean, that'd be cool if it was optional.
What are you going to do?
But not for basic shit.
You want DLC for your heated seats and your windshield wipers? Okay, the windshield wiper one is obviously not a DLC thing, but the heated seats one is.
You have to pay to use windshield wipers.
I don't understand. Like, it's becoming like money hungry, which is absurd. EV cars making my anxiety about electrical go through the roof. What's the average amperage in an electric car?
A lot.
What is the average amperage?
Like, we only have specific techs that are even certified to work on hybrids.
We'll say Tesla. 15 amps to 240 volts at 48 amps. I don't like
120 at 15, 240.
I don't think that's enough to kill you. How many amps does it take to kill a person?
A hybrid car will kill you. If you get shocked by a hybrid car, it will kill you.
Between 100 and 200. What? That's not even an amp.
Correct.
Nope.
Yeah, they will end you, dude.
No.
That's why I'm saying, like,
no.
If you're taking apart a hybrid system, they have to wear suits and shit and put on, like, I'm talking
like
the gloves.
Thick
the
rubber gloves
go all the way
go
up to here, and they're like at least, dude, they're like this thick.
That's
to work on them. You can't touch the hybrid. So we're not allowed to. OSHA will like kick our ass.
One amp. Yeah. I don't like OSHA. Oh, jeez, dude. 20
will kill you.
I don't
because you will kill you.
Yeah.
Like don't touch it, dude. I remember I used to steer clear of it. Anytime I saw orange cables, I was like, I'm not getting.
I'm not going anywhere near it. I don't like plugging things. I don't even like doing household wiring. Like when we installed the light in the garage, and we had to twist all that cables together and stuff.
I always think I'm gonna get got.
How much would you price a 2014 STI hatch in plasma blue pearl with 30k miles, clean title? I don't even know how to price cars anymore. I don't even know.
Just put $30,000 to $50,000. Like cut up a whole bunch of things, put them in a hat, and then shake it
and pick out.
And then like pull one out, and that's what you're gonna make your post.
Why don't they get a subscription for gas? I'd pay for that if it was cheap enough.
Me too.
Also, Tristan, appreciate the donut, man. Depends on voltage and amps. I'm pretty sure a Tesla battery will kill you though.
It will kill you.
Like if you touch it wrong.
No, 100%. Any hybrid system that powers a motor like that.
Ride the lightning Metallica.
Yeah.
Ah!
If it doesn't kill you, it'll turn you into that dude from Mario.
Tanner just has wiring PTSD. I do have wiring PTSD after doing it in the STI. I don't want to do that again. That's basic wiring though. Like that wiring shocked me every now and then, but it's 5 volts.
That's not like a cable like this
No, it's
thick.
not a cable. It's that thick.
Yeah.
Like, no!
That's a 12-volt system.
I can't. So, here's my thing, though, because you brought this up earlier. You said that Subaru as a whole, all of their ICE cars, internal combustion engine cars, have to meet under a certain greenhouse gas, right? Or under a certain emissions. So, hypothetically speaking, if Subaru moved all of their commuter cars to electric only, that would free up room. Yeah. So that way they could bring an ICE engine back to the STI.
So that's more than likely why they've included the Solterra.
to help bring those down.
I'm assuming because the Solterra is a group effort between Toyota and Subaru.
Well, it's the same car with
sure,
a different badge.
I'm pretty sure it's like 99% Toyota.
It is. Also,
the,
plumber, appreciate the donut, man.
What the hell, the BX4 something?
I hate wires, so I became a plumber, fitter, and set. I don't blame you, dude. Do not blame you. But yeah, the Solterra and the what is it?
So I'm assuming that Subaru, and I have no backing for this, but it makes sense. I'm assuming that Subaru was like, hey, we like your BX4, whatever the hell. Can we introduce it as our car as well and make it a joint effort so that we can release the new WRX and still get away with it?
The BX4Z? What kind of name is that?
Yeah.
Toyota, come on.
Toyota keeps making weird names.
Toyota makes weird names. The Camry? What kind of name is that? I'm joking. This is the same car.
100%.
The Fender. This is the same car. This is just a... This is... Alright, so this is the FRS. That's the BRZ.
Yeah.
Essentially. It's not a good looking car at all. Also, Ravenchild, appreciate the dono, man. I've installed a 200 amp breaker on a live 1200 amp 480 volt panel. My safety equipment was my apprentice standing next to me with an 8-foot 2x4.
You got some balls,
dude. That's not once you touch electricity and it's like flowing through
dude, it pulls you in.
You can't let go. You like gator grip onto it.
And I'm talking. I've been shocked by things like a TV. Like nothing crazy, but yeah, that shit straight pulls you in.
Yeah, it's like,
and then you freeze out, you like zombie yourself,
dude. It's I don't know. Hopefully, maybe that's what Subaru's doing. Maybe they're delaying the STI and cutting production for it for a couple of years to be able to bring down their total emissions, to be able to come back out with a performance ICE engine. And who knows?
And I think that's 100% what they're doing.
I mean, it could be. How hard do you think an STI swapping, or how hard do you think STI swapping a 2.4 liter WRX is? I hate electricity. I'm about to start my HVAC career, so it's going to be interesting. I mean, honestly,
I would wait and see how you like the 2.4.
Agreed. I mean, I like my 2.4 in the BRZ.
And it's going to only go up in terms of different companies making different things for it. I mean, they're going to evolve that platform as they go. So I wouldn't try and just bring it back to an EJ because EJ is what we all know and love. The 2.4 is more than likely going to be a very...
I honestly really like my 2.4 in the BRZ. Look, I'm comparing it to the 2.0 from the FA20 though. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It feels a lot smoother also. I'm very curious to see how that car's going to react once we put a turbocharger on it. Because then it'll be a little bit more of a fair comparison.
And to anyone who's driven like a Outback XT or a Legacy Touring XT or even like the Ascent, those cars go. And they're big ass cars with the 2.4 turbo.
Yeah.
And
no problem.
They do it. So to see that geared up more for a performance aspect in a smaller car, you're probably not going to be upset at it.
Interesting. I honestly think they're going to put the FA24 in the VA STI, and that will be the last ICE STI. I don't think they will. They've completely cut production on the VA chassis. They're not doing it anymore.
Yeah, they're already done with it.
Yeah, they are not making any more VA chassis WRXs or STIs. So the last ICE, as far as we know, the last internal combustion engine STI was the 2021 model year. Mm-hmm. And from what we read in the email, they're moving over to... electrification. I hate that word, electrification. It's just a weird word to say.
And it doesn't mean full electric.
We don't know yet.
You can speculate, but I mean, we can't say here nor there.
That's true.
So we shouldn't all start freaking out and throwing our arms in the air that our new
but here's the
STI,
okay. Hold up. Let's take a couple. I wouldn't be mad at that. Let's take a couple steps back though. Let's say that Subaru does a hybrid setup where they have an engine and electric motors.
That'd be dope.
That I'd be on board for.
It'd be incredibly expensive, but it would be dope.
But see, then it goes back into the whole realm of it moves the STI into an entirely different price bracket where you can buy other performance cars that are probably going to be a better bang for the buck, which would then go back and kill the STI again because no one's going to buy it. Because once you get into that demographic, because right now the demographic for people that buy the STI are in this like $30 to like early $40,000 price range. Doing the hybrid setup like that, where you have an engine and electric motors, realistically would probably bump it up to like the $55,000 to $65,000 price range.
Yeah.
Where once you're in that price range, you're not going to buy it, because then you're looking at people in that demographic are going to be like, well, I don't want the Subaru. I want the BMW, or I want the Mazda. There's no Mazda in that price category. You get what I'm saying, though. Unfortunately, ICE is dying, and there's nothing we can do about it. Even big name exotic sports cars brands like Ferrari are moving to hybrid, which I'm not opposed to hybrid. Like, I think hybrid would be fantastic. If you have an incorporation of ICE and electric motors, it'd be insane. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, there's a huge difference between hybrid performance vehicles and hybrid economy vehicles.
Yeah.
Just like turbocharged performance vehicles and turbocharged economy vehicles. You have a little Chevy Spark or some shit, whatever they are, the Sonic Turbo. Mm. And those things are slow as shit, but they get like 500 miles per gallon. They got a little 1 liter.
The Geo Metro doesn't even need turbo.
Yeah.
Like 90 miles a gallon.
3.
Let's all just get Geo Metros. ICE will never die. I actually, a part of me agrees with that. I don't think internal combustion engines will ever fully die out. I don't see it happening.
I think in the end, no one will have internal combustion engines, and then Christian von Koenigsegg will be like, I still have this. I
have this.
Did you guys forget about the free valve that totally made this like 99.9% efficient?
All-wheel drive and electric, shit, I'm all in. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, if somehow Subaru was able to do it in a relatively affordable manner, I'd be all game for it.
Yeah.
A part of me thinks Subaru's doing it to either potentially kill off the WRX and the STI for a couple years. If the WRX sales don't do well, they go back to the drawing board, they reevaluate, they do a next gen in 4 years. Mm-hmm. Or they go all in on an electric STI, but it's also, like we talked about, it's going to bump the cost up significantly. But maybe they'll find a way to combat prices. I don't know yet. Speaking of the new BRZ, how good is it really? 2020 WRX looking to upgrade at some point, and looking at the GR Corolla. Honestly, I kind of like the GR Corollas a lot. Yeah, and the Yaris. I wish we got the Yaris here. Not the crap Yaris that I used to have, but the GR Yaris. Realistically, I love the BRZ. It feels a lot better than the last gen BRZ. The FA24 feels a lot more responsive. It has a lot more punch to it, even though, I mean, it's only got 410, which is another thing that bothers me about this car. The FA24, no power difference. Stupid, like what, 2 horsepower or something.
But we gotta look at the torque graph. We haven't driven it yet. We always gotta.
I know. We're just based off of the BRZ alone. Absolutely love the FA24 in that car so far. Got an 05 WRX, feels like a good investment. Hodl.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they say?
Hodl.
Is it Hodl? E85 is most like, dude. If they made E85 way more widely available, it'd be fantastic.
I don't see why they don't.
What is it? Less emissions on E85, smells better. You can grow E85.
It's not a carbon-based fuel, so it doesn't have any carbon emissions.
It's alcohol-based.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. Or just run all cars off methanol.
If you get bored, you can cook with it.
I wouldn't do that, but...
You can drink it.
I also wouldn't do that.
I don't recommend it.
Wait, WTF, what about the 2022 FA24 STI? It's not happening. Not happening anymore, unfortunately, my friend. Subaru announced like 5 hours ago that they were stopping plans to release it. So part of me also still thinks that this WRX here is going to be the last internal combustion like performance Subaru. This and the BRZ. But I don't know. Time will tell. Time will tell.
Well, they have to make this for at least 5 years. They can't make 1 year of it and then say, screw this. I mean, the entire backing and how much research and development went into it.
I think the shortest they do is
losing more money by not providing it for a few years.
Well, it also depends on how well it sells or doesn't sell.
Yeah, they'll sell.
I mean, they'll sell.
People will buy anything. Nothing's available right now.
That's true.
And even terrible-looking cars that put that thing to shame.
Like what?
Like, I don't know.
What's a terrible...
Are you telling me there's no other terrible looking...
What was it, the Integra? What does the new Integra look like?
The new Integra was a huge letdown and makes me think the WRX looks awesome.
What did the new Integra look like?
Emotional performance.
I do not...
Emotional performance, more like emotional damage!
This is emotional damage for an Integra.
Why's it got photos?
Why does it look like a Genesis from this angle?
That's what we should have got.
That's dope. I would have bought that.
I would have too.
I would have bought that.
I've never owned a Honda, and I would have bought that.
I've also never owned a Honda.
It's the perfect mix of like a updated RSX.
I don't like it from the... Actually, I don't. I actually kind of like it from that angle.
The back right there.
Dude, that looked good. I thought that's what we were getting.
Then they teased this picture right here, and it still looked like that might have been a thing.
Yeah.
And then they showed the rest of the car.
And then they gave us that.
It was like the way you guys built it up just made everyone jump off bridges.
It's very like what are cars?
You already had a car.
Who is designing?
Like
who is designing cars in 2022 right now? Who are all these manufacturers hiring to design? I still think the Z looks good though.
The update to the Z,
that looked good.
where they had the front beam.
This,
Like I was saying, they needed
grill?
to add.
Oh yeah.
The more like production-based model.
Yeah.
Looked really good.
I still really want this car.
I think it looks kind of boring like that.
This car is out of my budget. This, you talking about that?
Yeah, except I don't like the slope in.
Oh.
But it looks better with the beam right there.
Conan the Librarian.
breaking up
I
that
like
front.
that name. Appreciate the dono, my friend. Can't be affordable and electric. The Solterra is $40K, and it's a soft cut E STI would be $50K plus. I honestly think an all electric STI would probably be like 55, 60.
Yeah.
That would be my guess. Is 55 to 60, somewhere in that price range, which is absurd. Absurd for a Subaru. The new Integra is a rebadged ELX with a manual. It makes me sad. Makes me sad. If we would have got that one that we said we liked, I realistically would have highly considered buying one over the BRZ.
I think I would have bought the shit over like the Civic Type R.
I've never been a huge fan of the new Civic Type R though. That grill though, oof. I still love the 370Z and more. I loved my old Z cars. I
really like the 370.
Same. Did you ever see my 350? I didn't know you would have my 350, did I?
No, but I've seen pictures of it.
The burnt orange one. The new Z is great. I think Nissan is gonna come out strong on that new Z. I think they're gonna do fantastic with it, with a 40K price range on that thing, and how good it looks. Like I think it looks really good. I think it looks exact.
But when it drops, is it really gonna be 40,000?
There's gonna be dealer markups
because it's based off of same engine as the Q50, Q60.
Yeah.
And both of those, when they're in the 400 horsepower aspect, are like starting at 60 to 70,000.
Yeah.
Now, granted, if you look at used ones, they drop like 40% of that in the first year of ownership.
True.
So they're shit cars to buy and hold on to and expect.
Give me
to
that
sell.
new Z. See, that's what I'm saying. If somehow I become less broke than I am now, and I can somehow afford a new Z car, I would 10 out of 10 trade in the BRZ for a Z. 10 out of 10.
But would you drive it first?
Would I drive this first?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if the dealership let me, because
okay, I'm sorry, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. That car would have way more horsepower than the BRZ.
This thing would be a blast.
Yeah, that'd be way more fun.
I love Z cars. I absolutely love them. My 280ZX, I wish it wasn't such a rust bucket when I had it, because it would have been cool to actually finish the swap on it. My Z...
The new Nissan Z has a hilariously large gas valve.
Gas valve? Like a fuel door? Where's the fuel door?
Wherever you just were.
I don't... What is this? What is that? I don't even know. I don't see the fuel door anymore.
No.
I don't even know where it's at, dude. I'm surprised Nissan isn't like, we're doing an all-electric Z.
That'd be so...
God. Isaiah, appreciate the dono, man. What's your opinion on EJ versus FA versus FA24? EJ, FA24, FA20. FA24 with Toyota D4S, to be specific, because the D4S system is honestly fantastic. Honestly, the D4S system should be incorporated into every internal combustion engine Subaru that they offer. For performance vehicles, at least. Having both direct injection and port injection is fantastic. 100% fantastic. Because you get the benefits of the port injection, cleaning the valves. You don't have to worry about carbon buildup.
Yeah, it mitigates all the downsides.
Having both of them mitigates every disadvantage that you have to direct injection. Any pure direct injection car, if you want big power, you have to add port injection. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You absolutely have to.
Yeah.
What do you think the cancellation does for the aftermarket support companies? Do you think this will slowly close down their business capacity? Not at all. I think
one less car to worry about.
It's just one less car they have to do development for. With this new WRX coming out and the new BRZ coming out, I think they're already going to have their hands full. Which for a lot of WRX owners out there, because a lot of people get the WRX because they can't afford the STI, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think for those that do decide to get this WRX, it's going to put a lot more R&D into the FA24 platform. But also, this is the other thing that worries me, is how much R&D are they actually going to put into the FA24 platform with the announcement of at some point in the future, the STI going to be more electric. How much R&D are they actually going to put into this WRX if it's only going to be around 4 to 5 years? that's my next question: is how deep are aftermarket
I mean,
companies?
I know that's like their next engine that they're focused
It is going to be the next engine that they're going to be
That's
focusing
why
on.
I feel like I don't think if and when they make a new STI, I don't think that it would be anything other than a hybrid.
Yeah.
Because I think as purely an electric vehicle, they're not going to get, if they're focusing on performance, they're not going to get the range they want.
You know what I also just realized?
Hmm.
How expensive will the new STI be even if it is a hybrid with the rate of inflation?
Insane.
It's going to
Because
be
5
it's gonna
years
be
from
wild.
now, cars are probably going to be
It's going to be wild.
drastically more
A
expensive than they are.
40K car right now will probably be 46 to 50K in 5 years.
Yeah.
And then that's just going to add on top of it. I don't know, man. I don't know. It smells like vape in here. Honda gang. Damn straight, my man. We don't got a vape in here, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd blow some smoke at you. How is it out of your budget if you trade in the BRZ? The Z should cost around $100 more on your payment. Well, the Z is like 10 to 15,000 more, depending on dealer markup, because we all know dealers are going to mark them up. Like, I'm on the wait list at Nissan for when you can actually put pre-orders in on the Z. I've been on that wait list for damn near 7 months now. BRZ ECU and a WRX for D4S support won't work. Your ECU is going to totally flip out because all of the VIN numbers and all of the calibration for your keys and everything are not going to line up. Not going to work. That would be cool if you could just unplug, plug in, but
It'd be easier to try and find a way to piggyback the D4S system onto.
then you go back to doing a standalone fuel controller
Yeah.
at that point, which is pretty much an aftermarket ECM. But I don't know, you guys. We've been going for like an hour and a half now. It's just I wanted to talk about this a little bit since the announcement came out today. We don't know if Subaru, or we don't know when or if Subaru's going to be releasing their next STI. We know that the 2022 model year there is not going to be an STI. I don't foresee one coming out until realistically maybe 2025, 2026, which is wild to think about because based off of what we read in the email from Mr. Tom Dahl, the president and CEO of Subaru, it doesn't really sound like they have anything too concrete in the works as of right now. So as more updates come from Subaru, I'll keep you guys in the loop. We'll do more of these fun live streams and talk about them a little bit more, but that's all I got for you guys in this one. If any of you guys get any more information on that we don't come across, please feel free to drop it in the comments of this one. You coming in the Discord, I got to edit tomorrow's video, so I will not be in the Discord for a little while, but I will swing through there in a little bit, you guys. But appreciate all the donuts as always, you guys. Appreciate you guys swinging through. If anybody, like I said, if anybody does get any more info that they see pop up online, feel free to shoot it over so that way we can take a look at it. But hope you guys have an awesome weekend. I hope Subaru releases some more information for us here soon to at least give us a little bit more direction and clarity with where they're going with things with this new STI as time continues to unfold. So, with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. So, peace out, homies. Woo!